Are you looking for the best smartwatches? In this video, we will look at some of the 9 best smartwatches on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. 10. Polar Grit X Pro. If you are highly active and are constantly outdoors, you might not want a smartwatch for the same reasons that a city user might. Instead, you likely want a highly durable smartwatch with many outdoor features to keep you safe and healthy. For users like you, I recommend the Polar Grit X Pro. This smartwatch is unlike any we've looked at so far because it is specifically designed for heavy-duty, outdoor use. It will keep you safe on your camping trips, and you don't have to worry about it breaking. For starters, the Polar Grit X Pro has military-grade record durability. The glass is scratch-resistant, and the wristbands can handle it all. The entire watch is water-resistant for up to 100 meters, allowing it to handle any environment within reason. In addition to its durable design, it has an extra long-lasting battery. Even using full GPS and training apps, this watch can last 40 hours. It can last up to 7 days without being charged when used in watch mode. If you use the watch in power save mode, it can last 100 hours. This long battery life means that your watch will stay on during your outdoor travels. Arguably, the most helpful feature for the outdoorsman is the unrivaled GPS accuracy. This watch tells you your exact location and can even give turn-by-turn guidance. This GPS capability will help you know where you are. Even when going over hills, you can still track the data accurately. In addition to all these outdoor features, you can still stay connected using this watch. You can get your calendar, email, and message alerts straight to your wrist, just as you would any other smartwatch. So, you get to stay connected, even when you are out in the wild. Even though this model is designed for durability and functionality, it doesn't forget about appearance. It comes in 4 colors so that you can get a model that's perfect for your style. Most men prefer the black and black/red, whereas women like brown copper and champagne gold. Unfortunately, the Polar Grit X Pro is the most expensive watch on my list. It is even more costly than the Apple Watch, though not by much. Still, this watch is unsuitable for those on a budget because of its extreme price tag. At least you know you'll get a watch that is great for many purposes and will last you a long time. User after user reports that it is incredibly durable and features some of the best outdoor functionalities. These reviews prove that the price is worth it for outdoor fanatics who need a reliable smartwatch. Furthermore, the price is worth it for buyers who purchase this model. Of course, this watch is not as functional as an actual GPS. Suppose you are going backpacking by yourself or are unfamiliar with the area. In that case, it's still best to bring an actual GPS device and your phone. Do not rely on this watch alone for safety purposes. Ultimately, the Polar Grit X Pro is a shocking smartwatch. It is highly durable and is designed for the outside. This watch will keep you connected and safe whether you are walking throughout the city or camping in the backwoods. If you are looking for the most durable smartwatch on the market, you need the Polar Grit X Pro. Its durability is matched by none. It comes with both connectivity and outdoor features to help you stay safe, entertained, and connected, no matter where your adventures take you. Although expensive, the price tag is certainly worth it for the adventurer. At number 2. Fitbit Charge 5. One of the best ways to monitor your health is using a smartwatch. Smartwatches can monitor health-related data to keep you active and healthy. The best fitness smartwatch on the market today is the Fitbit Charge 5. The Fitbit Charge 5 stands out from other smartwatches for health purposes because it has a convenient size while having several features you can use to monitor your health. It isn't too expensive either, allowing you to focus on what really matters. Like other Fitbit products, this watch connects to your phone via Bluetooth. Download the Fitbit app. The Fitbit app is modern, sleek, and easy to use. It allows you to track a number of vitals and see how ready you are to tackle the day in terms of your health. Even if you decide against the Fitbit app is still an excellent resource for monitoring your health. With the app, you can monitor your most important health vitals. The app tracks your steps, miles, calories, and active zones. It also tracks your health, mindfulness, and movement. These features ensure you monitor the most critical aspects of your health. Probably the most unique health feature of the Fitbit app and watch is your readiness score. The readiness score tells you how ready you are to work out based on your sleep, heart rate, and vitals. This score will allow you to maximize your workout based on your body for the day. The Fitbit Charge 5 can also be connected to your phone. You can get alerted anytime you get a text, phone call, email, or notification from an app. You can alter the frequency and alert type through the Fitbit app. Another reason why the Fitbit Charge 5 is great for fitness purposes is its size. Instead of being large and bulky, it is thin and slim. The slim design adds as little weight as possible and doesn't hinder your workout. At the same time, it is attractive and comes in 3 colors, so you can get a perfect model for your style. In terms of price, the Fitbit Charge 5 isn't too expensive. It is about half the price of the best overall pick, making it a much more budget-friendly option. It still isn't the cheapest model you can get, but it certainly is not outlandishly expensive. Customers love this product, allowing it to have a super high rating on Amazon. Many active people report that this is a fantastic model because of its lightweight design and numerous features. There are a few complaints about accuracy and functionality, but these complaints are few in number. Once again, the Fitbit Charge 5 is an excellent product if you want a smartwatch for health purposes specifically. It has so many features and capabilities to maximize your health. All the while, the watch's design is non-intrusive and won't get in the way of your workout. If you want to get a smartwatch for health purposes, you need the Fitbit Charge 5. This smartwatch is best for monitoring your health. It comes with an extensive app and many health monitoring features to ensure all aspects of your health are maximized. At number 3. Fitbit Versa 2. Forbes named Fitbit's Versa 2 as the reason Google wants to buy Fitbit. That's because with this watch, Fitbit has come closer than any of its competition to matching the style and functionality of the Apple Watch series, which has long dominated the smartwatch market. The first iteration of this series, the Fitbit Versa, targeted users who wanted a fitness watch with some of the functions of a smartwatch. They wanted to get and respond to notifications, without the distractions that hundreds of apps can bring. With the Versa 2, Fitbit has moved this model firmly into the smartwatch market, though it's still a fitness-focused accessory. In terms of style, casual users will be forgiven for mistaking the Versa 2 for an Apple Watch. The Versa 2, still focused on fitness tracking, has bands that are mostly silicone, which doesn't absorb sweat, and doesn't offer the more upscale bands of something like the Fossil line. However, the only real difference in appearance between the Versa 2 and Apple Watch 5 is that the former is more square and the latter more rectangular. The original Fitbit Versa has 3 buttons. The Versa 2 only has one, which you can use both as a back button and as a select button. You therefore never need to do more than 2 presses to get to the feature you would like to access. Any other actions you need to do can be done on the touchscreen. The screen is also a huge improvement over its predecessor. On the Versa, it was an LCD display. However, the Versa 2 features a Gorilla Glass 3 protected AMOLED touchscreen that has an always-on option. While leaving this feature on will drain the battery twice as fast, it's a great option for when I'm working out and want to be able to see how much time I have left on a plank, for example, without having to raise my wrist to activate the watch. The Versa 2 also has an upgraded processor, which allows it not only to handle more of the functions of a smartwatch, including more functionality with apps, but also to navigate between them smoothly. Because Fitbit bills itself as a fitness tracker first, battery life is among the most important features. That's because many watches are only meant to last a day before being charged, which means they can't track sleep. Sleep tracking, however, is one of Fitbit's selling points, and the Versa 2 doesn't disappoint. Not only are its sensors accurate, but its battery can last up to 5 days, assuming you are sparing with the always-on display. To access the app launcher, swipe on the screen from the left to the right. There are 4 app shortcuts on each page, which you can rearrange as you want. All you have to do is press lightly on the screen until you get haptic feedback. If you want to see the day's data, you can swipe up and Fitbit Today will be launched. It displays up to 7 items that you can choose from, including steps per hour, total steps, sleep stats, heart rate, and water and food intake. If you swipe down, you get access to the notifications and also the quick settings, Fitbit Pay, and music controls. In quick settings, you can choose between screen brightness, always on display, sleep mode, and do not disturb. While the Versa is an adequate smartwatch and a great fitness tracker, many of its best features are now behind a paywall. For example, the sleep tracker essentially has two versions, the paid and the unpaid. The unpaid version will take your sleep habits into account and give you a score. Someone struggling with poor sleep could record this to monitor their sleeping habits over a period of days or weeks, and see the effectiveness of any changes in their routine. The paid version, however, will not only monitor their sleep, but show them periods of restlessness and total sleep duration, as well as periods of REM. It will show heart rate fluctuations, deep sleep versus light sleep, and compare their sleep from the past 30 days. The cost of Fitbit Premium is only $9.99 per month, as of this writing, which is pre-Google buyout. For some, that will be a deal breaker. However, the math is made complicated by the relatively low sticker price on the watch itself, which is $230 less than an Apple Watch 5, as of this writing. Fitbit Versa 2 works with iPhones, however, iPhone users will really benefit from the seamless blending of applications between their phones and an Apple Watch, making the Versa 2 a less attractive option for Apple users. At number 4. Garmin Venu 2 Plus. If you are a music lover, you can't settle for just any smartwatch. Instead, you need a smartwatch specifically designed for listening to and enjoying fantastic music while working out or going about your day. The Garmin Venu 2 Plus is the perfect smartwatch for the job. In terms of music, this watch can hold 650 songs. You can download songs from Spotify, Amazon, or Deezer. You can then connect your watch to wireless headphones so you can listen to your music without having your phone on hand. Note that the watch does not come with these subscription services. It only allows you to download the services you are already subscribed to. This music can help you stay motivated and ready to exercise. When you are exercising, your watch will keep track of everything. It has several health monitoring features, including body energy levels, sleep score, fitness age, stress tracking, and health snapshot. It even has 25 exercises built in and a GPS for sports. Furthermore, there are even preloaded workouts. You can find yoga, cardio, Pilates, and strength workouts to stay on your game. Try the Garmin app for training whenever you work out for further exercise customization. You can use your Garmin watch for more than just exercising and listening to music. You also get to connect it to your phone to get notified about texts, phone calls, or apps. You can even use your smartphone's voice assistant through the watch for further convenience. I absolutely love the appearance of this watch as well. It has a crisp design with a bright face. This makes it easy to see the face of your smartwatch, all while looking stylish. There are 3 color options to find the perfect watch for your style. Because this watch comes with so many features and capabilities, it's probably no surprise that this model is expensive. Though the watch isn't quite as expensive as the Apple Watch, it is close. This likely will not be the watch for you if you are on a budget. Luckily, the price is well worth it. There are very few negative reviews and complaints. This product has about as high of a rating as the Apple Watch. Users report that it is beautiful, long-lasting, and accurate. This number of positive reviews makes the Garmin well worth the price. The drawbacks of this watch are very few. They are related to personal preference more than the functionalities and capabilities of the watch. I say all of this to show that the Garmin Venu 2 Plus is the best smartwatch for music lovers. You can download music, which is something that most other smartwatches lack. The Garmin Venu 2 Plus is the best smartwatch you can buy if you need a watch with easy music downloading features. It can hold a lot of music and motivate you to work out. Just make sure you have a large enough budget for this expensive smartwatch. At number 5. Huawei Watch 3. Are you one of those people who like gambling on products to see if they can find the best item on the market? If that sounds like you, you might be interested in a divisive smartwatch. The Huawei Watch 3 is one of the most divisive watches because half of its users love it and the other half hate it. Let's start with what people love about this product first. The number one thing that people love about this watch is its sleek, clean appearance. User after user comments how beautiful this watch is. It indeed looks as it appears in the pictures. On top of the outright appearance of the watch, you can customize its face. The watch comes with 3 pre-installed faces, but you can purchase over 1,000 designs through the Watch Face store. These face options further ensure that you get a watch perfect for your style. Users also like how smooth and sensitive the watch is to control. As the manufacturer claims, this watch is highly responsive. Another significant benefit of this watch is that it is highly durable. Even users who had some complaints noted that this watch is substantial and doesn't appear to break. Some users even claimed that they had been using these products for years and have never had an issue with durability and longevity. Unfortunately, almost all of these positive reviews were reported by iPhone users. It appears this watch does not have an Android counterpart. So, only purchase this watch if you have an iPhone. You will have to return the watch if you purchase it and have an Android. Android users aren't the only people who should be wary of this product. Not all of the capabilities are available outside of the United States. For example, contactless payment is only available in the States. If you live elsewhere, you might want to consider a different product. Something else that many users complained about is that it does not come with a set of headphones. The site initially claimed that the watch came with a pair of free headphones, but the users never received the headphones. The site has since been updated, and there are no longer any false claims, which is a plus. So, what is my consensus? My view of the Huawei Watch 3 is that it is a great product if you own an iPhone. You can trust that it will last a long time and look attractive. However, you should not purchase this model if you have an Android or live outside of the United States. After considering all of these factors, the divisive Huawei Watch 3 seems to be a good purchase for iPhone users within the United States. It is attractive and long-lasting, and it comes with all the features it claims. However, Android users and those outside of the United States might want to look elsewhere. At number 6. huawei TicWatch Pro. huawei TicWatch is a new entrant to the field. To be entirely honest, I hadn't heard of the names TicWatch or huawei until last year. However, even though it's a new brand with new products, it's managed to take hold of its share of the market with a savvy business strategy and sound designs. The huawei TicWatch ENS were both impressive, and now we have the huawei TicWatch Pro, which also is its most premium product to date. huawei started out making artificial intelligence voice technologies. They then expanded into smart home devices and wearables, focusing on the underserved Chinese market. Their main design philosophy has been to deliver high-end specs on a budget by skimping on external designs, which is a reasonable trade-off. But with the TicWatch Pro, they're offering a high-end design with their usual quality specs, plus some truly innovative features. Like most smartwatches, there are no rotating bezels or crowns. Most of your interaction will come through the display itself, or through the 2 buttons on the watch's side. The top of which acts as a home button, while the bottom is a programmable shortcut. The first major innovation that huawei has brought to the market is this watch's display. Not because it's a touchscreen, but because it's actually 2 screens combined in the same watch face. The top screen is a transparent LCD. This is the screen that's used in low power, or essential, mode. Data such as the time and date, step count, and heart rate can all be displayed on a low-power screen that's still visible even in direct sunlight. Underneath this LCD display is layered the kind of touchscreen that most smartwatches use. This more power-hungry display is high resolution, at 400 by 400 pixels, and is used for navigating and displaying apps and other key functions of the smartwatch. This clever combination of screens is the reason for the second innovative feature of the TicWatch Pro, a battery life that can be measured in days instead of hours. Putting the watch into essential mode, which it will do itself once the battery gets too low, whenever possible, means the watch uses very little juice. It gives you limited access to the other features of the smartwatch, but allows you to use the watch for days at a time without having to even think about recharging. In terms of looks, huawei has stepped up their game here, but they're still not going to compete with Fossil, Samsung, or even Apple. The TicWatch Pro has a round face, and the bezel is marked in 5-minute intervals. At a glance, it has the appearance of a higher-end watch. but closer inspection will show it to be what it is, mid-priced. On the wrist, it feels a little thick and weighty, but not uncomfortably so. There are 8 different options for straps, from colored silicone to brown leather. More interestingly, there are also options for straps that combine silicone and leather. The biggest downside to this watch is that it isn't as user-friendly as other watches. For starters, there is no LTE version yet offered. It uses the Wear OS, but also requires that the Mobvoi app be downloaded in order for the watch to work at all. Not only is the Mobvoi app itself lackluster, but other important functions, such as the phone app, aren't quite as good as what you'll find on other smartwatches. The TicWatch Pro's fitness tracking functions are okay, and will work well enough for many users. Unless those users want to go swimming, while the watch is water resistant, Mobvoi recommends that it not get much more wet than a hot shower. If fitness tracking is high on your list of needs in a smartwatch, there are others on our list that are more accurate and have better options. At number 7. Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2. Samsung's Galaxy Watch Active 2 released a mere 6 months after the original Galaxy Watch Active, and the two aren't that different. There are minor upgrades to the software and hardware, with proportional improvements in screen sizes, battery life, etc. For me, the biggest difference between the two is that the Active 2 has a virtual version of the Galaxy Watch's rotating bezel, which is a big deal, and I'll talk more about in a few paragraphs. Another difference in the Active 2 is the introduction of the built-in fall detection and ECG, which Samsung promises, but isn't yet available. They first need FDA approval, which they expect to get in the first months of 2022. Features like these, though, really target the watch's audience, people interested in fitness and activity. However, and this may be a real problem for the Active 2, their tracking isn't as accurate as other devices. This is true both for GPS tracking and steps counted. The Active 2 tends to overestimate distances. There are cases where this won't matter. If you're buying the watch to help yourself be more accountable, and want to track activity more than train for an event, this watch will work fine. Also, if you're going to use this watch and only this watch to track your progress in training, then it's consistent enough with itself that you can make gains. However, if you use this watch to, for example, train for a half marathon, then you may be surprised when, on the day of the event, you reach mile 11 and realize the event is 2 miles longer than you'd been training for, or that your average times are far lower than you thought they'd be. That being said, the watch has a lot going for it. Among my favorites, as I mentioned, is navigating apps with the virtual bezel. The Samsung Galaxy Watch has a physical bezel that rotates to allow users to move between apps. The Active 2 doesn't have this physically rotating bezel, but uses haptic technology to imitate it well enough that it felt intuitive and was certainly fast. The Active 2 also has apps for YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, and more. And while these worked well enough, whether or not watching YouTube videos or reading texts on such a small screen is a plus is up to you. However, the Spotify app allows you to download playlists and listen offline, which is a great plus for users either in the weight room or on the trainer or in nearly any other exercise environment. Moreover, features such as tracking sleep, with a clever good night mode that dims the screen, and water, food, and caffeine consumption are a great plus for people who are interested in holding themselves accountable, but maybe aren't training to win the next York City Marathon. The running coach is also improved, and now gives real-time pace metrics and a rundown of what to expect in your workout before you start. Audio cues can be heard either through the watch's own speakers, or over Bluetooth headset. For casual fitness buffs or people just getting into fitness, all of this might sound great. And these features make Active 2 a great smartwatch for fitness and can last amateur athletes for years. However, be warned that if you're hoping to reach even high collegiate levels of training, then you will outgrow this watch. The chipset on the Active 2 is the Exynos 9110 dual-core processor, which is the same used on the Galaxy Watch. It's fast enough to feel intuitive, and the 768 megabytes of RAM is more than enough for switching between apps. If you go for the more expensive LTE model, you get even more RAM, 1.5 gigabytes. The round face of the Galaxy Watch Active 2 gives it a traditional look, and it comes in a variety of colors to match your style. The stainless steel variants are a little more expensive, and the bands are interchangeable. The bottom line on this watch is that, for consumers with an iPhone, this isn't for them, hands down. They should go with an Apple Watch. This watch, in contrast, pairs most easily with Samsung phones. Its kit is pretty standard for this generation of watches, with heart rate monitoring, GPS tracking, etc. While its name implies it's targeted at active users, it may not be accurate enough for collegiate-level athletes or hardcore trainers who need to track their progress to make gains. However, it's still a Samsung watch, which is a reliable brand. For users who just want to stay fit and want a device that can help keep them accountable, this watch is great. And for people concerned with ECG monitoring and fall detection, this may be one of the best watches on the market, once those options are approved by the FDA. At number 8. Fossil Gen 5 Smartwatch. Fossil has been in the watchmaking business since 1984, and developed a reputation for making great watches in their mid-priced range. In their 35 years, they have branched out into other fashion products such as wallets, fragrances, handbags and purses, as well as higher-end watches in their Fossil Swiss line. However, their brand still seems focused on mid-priced watches. With their Gen 5 smartwatch, Fossil is kept to those roots. As of this writing, the Fossil Gen 5 is priced roughly $100 less than the Apple Watch 5, and $50 less than the Samsung Galaxy. Considering its price, features, and functionality, it lies squarely in the middle of the pack of watches from this reviewer's standpoint. Still, it's a good enough watch that I think it would be the right choice for some consumers, particularly users of Android devices. If you love your Android device and want the most seamless communication between it and your watch, then this is the watch to get. In appearance, you have 7 options of bezel/band, from classic stainless steel to the more athletic look of black silicone. Fossil is, at heart, a fashion company, and so their watches are accordingly stylish. Which you choose depends on your own personal look. The one issue I do take with Fossil's style is where it crosses into function. As with their previous generations of watches, their Gen 5 has 3 buttons that protrude from the right of the watch face. This may be something unique to me, but I found that when I flexed my wrist far enough, especially while wearing cycling gloves and writing on the tops, I could inadvertently toggle the watch's features. The display is an AMOLED screen with a 328 ppi pixel density. It's pretty sharp to look at, but in bright sunlight becomes unreadable. You have to adjust the settings, which can be tricky when it's hard to see the screen well enough to interact with it. The chipset for the Fossil Gen 5 is the Snapdragon Wear 3100, and this is what makes this watch one of the most viable watches on the Wear OS platform. It has 1 GB of RAM, which allows the watch to run faster and more smoothly than any other watch in the Wear OS world. While navigating through the apps, you'll still notice a bit of lag, but not so much that it's frustrating or challenging to work the watch's features. In terms of battery life, Fossil's Gen 5 advertises itself as having 24+ HRS with multi-day modes. What this means in practice is that, in terms of settings, there are perhaps too many options. There are the daily and extended options, which most tech users will be familiar with. But then there are also custom and time-only options, which doesn't seem so bad. Until you realize that each of these also has 12 different settings that you can choose between. There are certainly tech junkies who will love messing with these settings and maximizing their battery use, but most of us would feel better with fewer options, and the trust that the watch is smart enough to give us a functional amount of battery life. The watch comes with features that are pretty standard for this generation: built-in NFC, GPS, heart rate monitoring, and speaker. With the Cardiogram app, Fossil claims the ability to detect sleep apnea, diabetes, hypertension, and atrial fibrillation. The watch is water-resistant to 3 atmospheres of pressure, making it more than enough for showering, bathing, or even active swimming. The primary app for fitness tracking is the Google Fit, which works both with an Android phone and an Apple phone. It tracks your performance using heart points and move minutes, which is great for those who don't like to be bombarded with too many technicalities on their smartwatch display. If you want finer, more comprehensive stats, though, you're always welcome to install a third-party application. At number 9. Samsung Galaxy Watch 4. If you are looking for the best overall smartwatch, you need the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4. This watch is highly durable and offers the best features and capabilities to ensure you have everything you need on your wrist. You connect this watch to your phone by downloading a free app. This app is one of the best smartwatch apps on the market. It is easy to use and allows you to customize your watch. All the while, it enables your watch to access your phone's Bluetooth connectivity. The features of the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 are practically limitless. This watch is an excellent option if you want to kick up your wellness goals. It tracks a number of health vitals, including your sleep, steps, and activity. You can even track your exercise with sports modes. You can share your personalized EKG monitoring using the Health Monitor app when you go to the doctor. At the same time, your watch simply makes life more convenient since it connects to your phone. It will notify you whenever you get a text message or phone call. Certain apps can even alert you through the watch if you set it up through the app. Appearance-wise, there are two attractive models. You can select the black or the silver. Both are attractive and look like classic watches. They aren't too big either, and the face is circular, not square. This appearance is classic and durable. In terms of price, the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 is on the higher end. It is far from being the most expensive product on this list, but it isn't exactly budget-friendly either. It's best to think of this price as medium tier because it is more costly, but it isn't the most expensive. The Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 has one of the highest smartwatch reviews based on customer reports. Most individuals agree that this watch is better than Apple products and other Android smartwatches. Most users love the convenience and its capabilities. Although there are many good things to say about this watch, there are some drawbacks. The biggest critique is that it does not have a long battery life. Customers report that the watch devours the battery. Still, they don't care because of this watch's other capabilities and features. Even though the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 does not have the most extended battery life, it is still a fantastic smartwatch. I rank it the best smartwatch because of its numerous capabilities and attractive appearance. Just make sure to keep your charger on you to always be able to charge it up. Get the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 if you want the best overall smartwatch. It comes with numerous features and capabilities and has one of the best smartwatch apps on the market. Although you have to recharge it more frequently than other smartwatches, it is worth the effort and price.